First question is, describe for me your relationship with music.
Music's like an anchor for me, you know what I mean? I think during the times of the pandemic, I might have gone a little more crazy if I didn't have it, you know what I mean? And it's been my anchor for as long as I can remember. You know?
Yeah.
It's quite safe, actually. Like, I always know I can go back to music. You know, it's one of the only things that really does that for me. So that's really my thing with music. I feel like I'm in my little zone right now. So
yeah. And what are your beliefs around how music can help people or help with communities? What do you think about music's ability to do good?
Music's a powerful magic, man. It's able to change cultures, and it's able to speak to people. It gives people, it almost can shape their identity in some way. So especially when you use it for a positive force, it can be kind of a thing that really, really unites people in that way. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I read a quote that said it's the closest thing we come back to the garden. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I see it. You know what I mean?
Nice, I like that.
But, yeah.
Have you heard of music therapy before as a profession? What do you think about people being trained to provide music therapy?
Well, because it activates so many different parts of the brain, and it's good for your frontal lobe development. I think it's good. It can be used as a really positive thing. My understanding is it's fairly new, and so I think it should be used more often. I know what it does for me, and if that's anything, you know.
Has the pandemic impacted, well, you kind of touched on this, your mental health? Has music helped you with that?
Well, I mean, you know, I couldn't go out and see my friends, especially in the beginning of it. So, you know, I spent a lot of time in kind of isolation, and I was lucky that I had music to kind of do. I just was incubating the whole time, and, you know, putting my stuff together and getting back in touch with it again. I had a bit of a strained relationship with music for a time, and I think in a weird way, the silver lining, if any can be, of the pandemic is that it actually did that for me. And I know I think it did for a lot of other artists too as well.
Yeah. It was like a friend for you in a
absolutely
tough time. So you don't know a lot about our charity, but knowing what you do know about music therapy and that we're raising money to help people as they come out of the pandemic with their mental health, do you have any thoughts on that? Why people should donate to a charity like this?
Pre-pandemic, I want to say everyone was kind of, at least that's the feeling I got, was that everyone was kind of, you know, go, and, you know, I think sometimes they didn't prioritize their mental health as much as they might need to. So I think this is something going forward in a post-pandemic world that, you know, people I think really should pay attention and heed the message of that, you know what I mean? So that's what I think.
Our campaign is called Road to Recovery. What does that bring up for you? What do you think of when you hear that phrase?
You know, just building a new foundation, like you know, that I don't think we really had before, especially with one's own mental health. You know what I mean? We're starting to kind of enter a world that pays attention more to that, and I think that's actually a real positive thing. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. So before we finish, one song that you can't live without, a song that helps you out a lot.
Oh boy, one song I can't.
Can you pick one?
Bohemian Rhapsody started all the troublemaking for me.
Amazing.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody is a big one, man. It's like one of the first ones I really fell in love with.
Wow, no explanation needed. All right, well that's it for me. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate your time, and I can't wait to hear you play later.
Right on.
Awesome.